whole metal sheathing's broken.
I think let's do that later. We couldn't do that when we're sailing. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining and we feel good. It's day number 9 of leg number 2, and currently we're sailing a bit on the west side of the fleet. You might ask, why are you guys sailing away from Cape Town? That's true, we're making miles away from Cape Town. If you look at the windy app or another weather app, you see that there's a low pressure and a high pressure developing close to the coast of Brazil and a bit more south, and in between there's like a big line of breeze, and we're trying to catch that line of breeze.
Allez, we stay first. 1, 2, 3.
We are full speed. On just ahead we have a big cloud like yesterday night, so we cross our finger.
Around the outside is an alternative that gets pulled out at one point or another on every edition of the ocean race. It refers to a tactical option on the race course where a boat, or boats, sail a longer route in more favorable conditions to make a pass on the leaderboard. Today it's appropriate as Team Holcim 11th hour racing team, Biotherm, and even Team Malaysia have used the longer, westerly option to slide south of GUYOT Environment Team Europe, who has been leading for much of leg 2. Up until now, what would traditionally be considered a risky easterly option had paid off for Robert Stanjek and his team on GUYOT Environment. But between 2100 UTC Friday night and 0900 UTC Saturday morning, their luck appears to have run out, and the tactical scenario has turned on its head. While all boats in the fleet slowed and suffered some tricky shifts to navigate, it was much worse for the European flagged team, who are no longer the most southerly boat, and look to be in a very vulnerable position. The tracker still shows GUYOT Environment Team Europe with a nominal lead, but this is based solely on the math of being to the east and therefore the closest boat to Cape Town. The tactical reality is very different. The tracker also shows compression in the entire fleet, with the most westerly boat, Team Malaysia, making strong gains behind the tight trio of Holcim 11th hour racing team, and Biotherm, who are within sight of each other, the spread being down to about 10 miles on the water and closing. The wind is a bit shifty, with some squalls to play with. Lots of wind variations, so we need to change sails, adjust trimming, jibe, etc., was the report on Saturday morning from Nico Lunven on Team Malaysia. We are quite happy, as we have been able to catch up a bit to our competitors. Now we are only 30 to 40 nautical miles behind Holcim Biotherm, 11th hour. And GUYOT is in a different option, much closer to the rum line, but in light winds for now. Ahead of us, there is still a lot to play for. The next goal is to catch some strong northwesterly wind, in order to be able to gain to the east, towards Cape Town. Life is good on board. We had some showers under the rain squalls yesterday. We will need to monitor our remaining food, as the leg is longer than expected. The ETA for Cape Town is now 11 to 12 February. Leg 2 rankings at 1200 UTC, the 4th of February 2023. 1. GUYOT Environment Team Europe, distance to finish, 2,595.0 miles. 2. Team Holcim distance to lead, 47.3 miles. 3. Biotherm, distance to lead, 50.8 miles. 4. 11th Hour Racing Team, distance to lead, 60.1 miles. 5. Team Malaysia, distance to lead, 82.0 miles. But in reality, there are many major problems in the fleet. 11th Hour has run out of drinking water, and GUYOT Environment has a Spinnaker halyard disaster. Now over to 11th Hour, who are 4 days from land with no water.
Well, Jack, I think it's about time we document our troubles here. Yeah. So where are we and what are we doing?
So, what did it be, 2 days ago? I don't know, it's all blended into one time block, this whole leg, but a while ago, let's say that, basically the water maker stopped making water. So, effectively, the salt water gets pushed through a pump into the water maker, and effectively, the water gets pushed through a membrane under super high pressure, which effectively takes out all the salt water. But the problem is we can't pressurize the machine anymore, which means there's no pressure to push the water through the membrane, which means no water. So, bit of a disaster. We managed to get it working a few times, but still pretty intermittent. So we've basically come down to that air is somehow getting into the system, and then we're not being able to pressurize it because there's air in the system somewhere, but it's difficult to work out where from, because there's, you know, obviously a lot of places where it could be coming from, and the boat's jumping around and everything. So it's pretty frustrating, and obviously it's the main water source, which is pretty important. So and there's still, so, you know, 9 days or 10 days left in the leg, so it's not like we can sort of ration and get through with what we got. So got to get it sorted.
Open reset, open bleed. Screw and knob.
And then way further than the before.
Okay.
Okay, run. 1002. And open, then screw more, right?
After you run for 2 seconds, you open both valves and try and go more.
Yeah, shut that. Bleed's open.
Same thing, huh? Well, I mean, I guess on the plus that means we've eliminated the pump or anything in this unit here. Okay. We got 9 days left with, at this point, no working water maker, so it's time to start thinking about alternatives. We've got a spare on board that produces at about 1/10 the capacity of our primary, and it was rigged differently, so there's going to be a lot of work to do to even get that plumbed and power to it and all of that stuff. So it's gone from a nuisance to a problem pretty quickly, and now it's just about finding our way through and figuring out next steps. But everyone's thirsty. Not really sure how, but just managed to revive it for the time being. So we've got water coming in. Water comes in from the keel here, goes down to the pump here. From the pump now we bypassed all of these filters and accumulators, so now it just goes straight to the water maker. And you can see it's getting here up to about 6 bars of pressure, pushing it through a membrane. We got fresh water, so while it's here, I am going to switch. So now you can see the water's no longer coming out of here. this is not what you want to do, sailing another week and a half to Cape Town. So we'll make water, like they say, make hay, and have a good think about why it's working now and what I just did differently. But for the time being, at least, we're happy to be potentially having a drink in the future. Pretty well. We got 2/3 of the tank here.
Red bikini to be going the other. Just progress south right now. G'day, mate.
Yeah, the pump is really hot right now.
Oh, yeah.
We got a full tank. Everyone's water bottles are full. I'm just gonna give it a break and then see where we land. Start it up again, but it's primed. I closed the intake of the keel well. Science box is off right now as well, so it should be getting max flow. But I do have the engine intake closed, so just double check before you start charge. Say a little prayer as well. I want to make sure it has every chance to get a strong first pull.
Il est tombé.
Charles, turn off the fire, please.
Le suis.
The fire.
Déchiré.
Jockey pole, jockey pole. Ok, ok. La gaffe, Seb. Dans le tunnel à tribord.
Careful that you got not hooked somewhere, okay? A little bit away. Billy kann hoisten.
We can hoist.
Phil is next to the action. Okay, okay, hold.
Destroy the Spinnaker now.
Okay, now it's nice and quiet. It's the moment to make food. 1 second later.
Yeah.
I didn't even turn it off. Schade, huh? Sorry? You were super confused. Can you turn off the fire? Huh?
Yeah,
Fire?
the fire.